Welcome to Hot Garbage.
Hello and welcome to Hot Garbage, where we are the only trash talk that matters. I'm your host, Laura, and last week we took a break because, as you guys know, I have a Crohn's disease. Yeah, I have Crohn's disease, and I was like, how do I want to say that? I have Crohn's disease, and so I get an infusion every 8 weeks, and it puts me to sleep.
For 2 days.
Yeah.
Although someone was insistent that we could do it the next day.
I was sure we could. Tyler and my boyfriend were sure we couldn't, but I was sure we could.
I believed in her.
You did. Let me actually fix
Bad move.
Let me fix my setup over here so that way you don't see what holds up my flimsy background.
No, let's see it.
It's a stuffed animal. You don't need to see it. It's a stuffed animal, though. Yeah, so we took a week off. It's fine. We're here now.
Nothing happened anyways, so.
Yeah,
No.
it's not, and we're going to talk about it a little bit this time, and we're just going to put it all together and hope it doesn't go 3 hours.
Yeah.
It won't.
I don't think so, because nothing really happened. Nothing really
Yeah.
happened. So anyway, we're back. It's
Okay,
fine.
now you're getting really bad.
Am I?
If you can even hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Nope, it's me. Cool.
Yeah, Laura's
Yeah.
fine for me.
Both of y'all
Yeah.
are frozen.
Oh.
Oh, fantastic.
Ugh. Hold on. Let me take my phone off Wi-Fi.
We always have
Nothing
internet
going
issues,
right now.
everybody. It's so fun.
Yeah,
I love
I love
this.
it here. I literally have nothing else running. I have Firefox running. Let me close that. Ugh. Okay, so hopefully that works.
Okay.
Yay.
Surprise. Jump scare. We had technical issues.
Everything's great.
It's totally fine. It's totally fine. For right now.
Yeah.
Give us
2
20
minutes from
minutes.
now? Who knows?
I got a new light. If you guys are wondering why my lighting is different, I got a new light. It's called the Alex Earl light. That's what I know it as. That's what everybody says, and that's what we're gonna call it. I'm very excited about it. That's why I'm like telling everybody I'm very excited about it.
Everyone should watch the YouTube to come look at the light
Plug
and
it.
how great it is.
Plug it.
Mhm.
Yeah, how crisp Laura's video is.
It
Yeah.
looks so good right now, guys. This is
No,
great.
Alex Earl knows what she's talking about.
Mhm.
I could probably honestly have like less lights than I usually have on and have this, and I would probably be okay.
Probably, yeah.
It looks really
Yeah.
good.
It's also on like one of the lowest settings. Like I can make it go brighter if I wanted to.
I think it looks good.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. I think it's like the brighter settings are like for if you're like at night.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. That's how this is definitely how all of those people on TikTok take those videos at night. For sure. So let's get into motherfucking share time. I am gonna go first because I didn't know what I was gonna talk about.
Sounds good.
And so I decided that I'm gonna talk about the movies that I watched with Keenan recently. We watched 2 horror movies. One of them was fantastic, the other one was Sharknado. And not actually Sharknado. It was actually Thanksgiving, but it was giving Sharknado. If you have ever seen Sharknado, it is this like really corny, over the top horror movie where a shark is literally in a tornado. Yeah, that's how I'm going to leave that. So
Can't get more descriptive than that.
yeah, Tara Reid's in it. So I watched Thanksgiving, and that was where this guy dressed up like John Carver, some pilgrim guy, I don't know. He he basically was going around terrorizing people for like this really tragic thing that happened on Black Friday. And what ensued was a ride. It wasn't good. I would definitively say that movie is bad in the same way that Sharknado is bad.
I like Thanksgiving.
Okay, let me explain something to you. They have like this incident going on Black Friday. I don't want to give the whole thing away. Patrick Dempsey's there.
Yeah.
And they have like this whole thing going on, and someone runs over Tony's arm. I think his name is Tony. I'm not good with names.
We know this.
The football guy.
Yeah.
The football guy. Tommy, Tony, who knows?
I don't remember.
Yeah, it's like probably like how I called Frank Steve. Like, okay. So anyway, so his arm gets run over, and when I tell you that when it breaks, it is in the shape of a C, or maybe a U, like a blocked U. And it was run over by a shopping cart wheel.
Uh-huh.
And it went into a U shape with a box, like horseshoe shape, all right? And that's how it's, and then another one gets like her scalp comes off into a shopping cart wheel. That was, I know it's CGI, but that actually like just gave me like a little bit of like, ooh. And yeah, that was a little gross. But yeah, it's just like when things start happening, like a girl like is trying to hide in a dumpster, and so the car hits it and the dumpster thing comes down and she splits in half. It's like, got it. Got it. Got it.
Sounds good to me so far. So
yeah. Listen, for what it was, like if you're into like Sharknado and like those like bad corny horror movies, like movies that are giving like sci-fi TV of the movie of the week, you know, like
it's an Eli Roth movie, and he like definitely like plays more into like the comedy aspect of it in that movie, I think. It's
and
not
like more of like not comedy in like the way of like, let's say like a Buffy or like that. I'm talking like funny, like ridiculous.
Yeah. And that's what's fun. I love it. I love like it's corny and
it made
funny
me laugh.
Yeah.
Like Cocaine Bear made me laugh.
I love Cocaine Bear.
That was such a good movie.
That is a great movie.
I would watch Cocaine Bear over Thanksgiving again, but I don't know if I would turn on Thanksgiving again, just because I'm not somebody who would turn on Sharknado again.
So something about Thanksgiving, it is a commercial in the double feature Grindhouse, and it was like really corny back then. Yes. Yeah. It was really corny then, and like I always thought like, oh my gosh, they're gonna make another like Grindhouse double feature, and I bet like Thanksgiving would be one of them. And it didn't, and like it didn't like come to life like for years and years. I think like 15 years or something before they actually made it. And so then they made it, and like that's what makes it like super cool too, is like there was that commercial from way back then with the Grindhouse movies, and now it's actually a movie, and that's cool.
Yeah, okay. It was an experience. I think that the other problem is that I went from the next movie that I'm going to talk about, which I thought was really good, into Sharknado. That could have also been the issue. And I also went into it blind. So I didn't know really anything that was going to happen in Thanksgiving. Like me and Keenan were going to watch a trailer, and then we said, you know what, let's go in blind.
Yeah.
So we did that. And so I think like that might have, like I was expecting like a scary movie maybe. And like a Scream type movie maybe is what I was expecting. And I got met with Sharknado.
You should have known as soon as you saw Addison Rae that it was not going to be.
I didn't know who Addison Rae was.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I actually still didn't. And it was when I looked up the cast, because I was trying to find out who the guy Mitch was. He was in Supernatural. He was the vampire Benny in Supernatural. So that's why I was there. And so I looked up who the other people were, and I was like, who is this Addison Rae? And then I clicked on her, and then I found out who she was. I have never seen Addison Rae until this moment. Call me a millennial.
Yeah, no, that's a name I know, but I couldn't tell you who they are.
Yeah,
or anything
I
like that.
probably still couldn't pick her out in a lineup.
She's like a TikTok dancer that is a model for making faces like all the time, just make any other face, and she just people think she's really hot, so I think that's why they like her.
Makes sense.
She wasn't in the movie that much, I'm going to be honest.
No, because I don't think she's a good actress. She also has a song called, it's like something about being obsessed with herself.
Okay.
Yeah. It's actually kind of like it's stupid.
It feels like it's like a song, but it's like also like a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a joke for her.
Is it like classy for Luann?
Kind
From the
of.
Real Housewives?
Yeah, kind of. I don't.
Is it better or worse than Good as Gold?
It's the same caliber. Like, it's not good.
Oh. God, her picture popped up, and I'm like, she's not even that cute. And then I see 23 years old. I'm like, yeah, definitely not that cute.
Yeah, we shouldn't find 23-year-olds cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I watched Thanksgiving. Is this a song? Are you finding us a song?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd put that on par with Good as Gold.
Wait, can you put it in more?
All right, stop before we lose any
Yeah.
chance of money, like any monetization.
Fair.
You need to probably cut some of that.
Yeah, you probably have to you're probably gonna have to cut some of that out, but I couldn't really hear it all that well. That was definitively worse than Good as Gold in my mind. I would much rather listen to Good as Gold.
I'd much rather listen to that, to be honest.
That robotic shit?
From what I could hear, it sounds better than Good as Gold.
Because good as gold. Okay, what about if I could mix in like the emo version of it too?
No. I think I'd rather listen to the fucking Uber Eats version over anything else.
Savings.
God,
okay, well, Thanksgiving turned into sing-along. Anyway, yeah, so I can't say I would recommend that to anybody, but if you like Sharknado and those kind of movies, definitely for you. If you like horror, you might like it.
I think that's why I asked you if it was like intentionally bad whenever you're telling us about it the other day, because I love shit like that. Like the movie Velocipaster, if you haven't seen that, it's a garbage movie, but it's supposed to be. Like there's a part where like a car explodes and like it cuts to where the car should be, and it's just a text box that says like VFX car on fire. So like it's supposed
it wasn't
to be
like
bad.
That. It was a complete, well done theatrical film. It was way longer than it needed to be. For knowing that it came from like one of like these fake little trailer things, the movie was almost 2 hours. It didn't need to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little too long.
Didn't need to be 2 hours. I think it was like an hour 49 is what it actually clocks in at. Didn't need that. Sharknado, I think, is actually like abnormally long for what it is.
I've never seen it. I couldn't get through the first 5 minutes.
That's because it's fucking ridiculous. Well, jump scare again. We had another technical difficulty.
Jump scare.
Because it's like, it's been so long. It's like, wonder what position I was in. No idea.
Yep. Might as well just get on to the second movie now.
Yeah. Sorry. All right. So the second movie I watched was Abigail. And Abigail was fucking awesome. I like Abigail is a vampire movie. Let's put that out there. And it was gory in the best possible way. People exploded.
Oh yeah.
Which is like my favorite kind. Like when people just explode, it's like I think it's so funny.
It is. I love it.
Okay, so the other movie was Abigail. It's a vampire movie. It is so good. You know what? How do I want to explain this? Because I don't want to give too much away, right? Because
Just say spoiler alert if you haven't watched the movie, because I've seen it. Tyler, did you see it?
No.
Oh, never mind.
I don't care to either, so it's fine.
Okay, so spoiler alert then. Let's do a spoiler alert then, because I don't know how I'm going to explain it without this. Okay. So basically, they are supposed to kidnap this little girl, and they're going to kidnap her, and it's for ransom. And they take her to this house, and they're like, cool, we're going to get her money. And then all of a sudden they find out that her father is like this criminal guy who is like really bad. And they're like, oh my God, shit, right? So the one guy's like, I'm leaving. And they go and try and leave, and turns out they're locked in the house. So basically, the whole kidnapping was actually a setup for this little girl to vampire kill all of them. And she does this often because the one girl falls into a pit of bodies. It's actually really funny. It's actually like the movie's actually very funny.
I love that you're laughing.
Yeah, there's like dialogue that like the one guy Peter is like an idiot. And so they like the things that he says, he'll like say something and like they'll turn to him and be like, no shit. And it's like it's actually like really funny, and he like knows that he's an idiot. It's great. So anyway, the little girl's a vampire, and she basically is playing with her food, and it was all just a setup for her to kill them. And the whole movie is them running away from Abigail, and it's great. And the ending is awesome. I'm not going to say anything about the actual ending, because the ending is insane. What you think is going to happen isn't what happens. And then like even as you're watching it, you're like, this isn't going to happen. And it's happening, and you're like, oh shit, okay, is this going to be like something cool? And then you're like, oh, it's something cool. And then you're like, oh, it's not cool. Not cool. And if you've seen the movie, you know exactly what I mean, and you went on that travel with me. And then it gets like really awesome. And there's like this whole fight scene, and it's awesome. And then like you're like, oh shit, and then it ends, and it was a really good ending. Covered in blood, which is always the best way.
Always.
Just head to toe covered in blood. Because I hate when they're not, though. Like that's the one thing I really like about The Descent as well. Like she's covered in blood pretty much the whole time. The thing that I really like about it is like, no, that's what would really happen. Like if you were actually in a horror movie, like you are like going to be drenched. You know? And so like I hate that like Scream, they don't do that. Like Scream, like they're kind of like bloodied and bruised up, but they're never like drenched in blood like they should be.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they should be. I mean, half of them get stabbed.
Yeah.
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 They should have a little more blood.
Not a spoiler for any Scream movies.
Yeah.
Literally everybody is stabbed at one point.
I think that's not even a spoiler at this point anymore. I'm pretty sure everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Think about how popular the Ghostface costume is, and it always has a little like retractable blade thing. So
yeah, that's very true. Yeah, the retractable blade.
Yep.
Yeah, so anyway, so Abigail was really good. And so I think that's why I went into Thanksgiving the way I did. And I think that's why I didn't like it as much probably too. Because like I went from like this movie where I was like, that was fucking awesome. And it was like a horror movie.
Yeah.
In the best way that I love. When Tyler, actually, the guy from Euphoria is in it. The drug dealer guy, whatever his name is.
Oh, Agnes Club?
Yeah.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
Angus
He's
Club?
in this.
Angus Club.
I'm pretty sure this is the last thing he did before he passed away.
Mm-hmm.
He is so funny. How he dies is hilarious. And he's how they all figure out that, like, what the fuck is going on? And it's so funny. It's so funny.
Love that.
It's great. Yeah. So I totally recommend Abigail, and I guess I'll recommend Thanksgiving if you like Sharknado.
That's the one I'm going to be watching.
Maybe I should watch Sharknado tonight.
If you're a horror movie fan and you've never seen Sharknado, I definitely recommend that you do it at least once in your lifetime. It is the most ridiculous shit you've ever seen in your life.
Well, I'm ready. I love
The
a
first-
ridiculous movie.
I mean, as soon as the thing comes and the shark gets sucked up into it, and you're like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? This is what we're actually fucking doing, like for real?"
I don't know
Well-
if I can.
During that last little technical difficulty, I was telling you more about Velocipaster.
Oh my god!
So is Sharknado
Stephanie-
really the most ridiculous thing?
What was it?
Yeah, no, this other movie. Oh my god, I didn't show the photo on purpose. Let me show it to you.
Velocipaster.
This is that Velocipaster.
Why does it look like that?
'Cause that's the movie. It's just a guy in a dinosaur costume.
Like you can even see where his head is.
Eyes. The
You can see where the guy on the inside of the costume is. That's his head. This is just like a straight thing.
Oh my
That's his
God.
head.
It's so good. I love that.
And then
movie
my
so
other
much.
personal favorite is these ninjas in the back have shoes. Ninjas
Okay.
with shoes. Other ninja no shoes. Other ninja no shoes.
That ninja, he had time to take his shoes off, and the other ones didn't.
I don't know why you would. Look at that.
I don't know why you would.
I gotta send you the TikTok that I sent Laura, Stephanie. But it's the guy who plays like the pastor that turns into a raptor and stuff like that. He's in character on his TikTok. He's like
Yeah.
stitching a video with a guy who like just came across the movie like on Amazon. And he's just like smiling the whole time, like while he's watching it and stuff like that. And then it gets to like very early on in the movie, like his parents die in a car explosion. And like, the guy who plays the pastor is just like watching like this guy react to it, just horrified.
I need to see this.
I'll send
Oh
it to
my
you too.
I'm never watching that.
It's so fucking good.
Okay, so that's my motherfucking share time. Let's get out of it because Jesus. Let's keep it short this time. All right. Tyler, what's your motherfucking share time? Because you have a story to tell us.
I do.
Oh yeah.
So I decided to be a bit of a hippie yesterday while I was mowing my parents' lawn. And I decided I was going to save a snake that was just in their yard, just chilling, wasn't hurting anybody. I don't think it was a like venomous one or anything like that. But I was still like mowing, and my dad comes out and like breaks out the weed eater and was about to start doing that. So I was like, hey, just so you know, there's a snake over there. So like, just be careful. Then all of a sudden I see him going over that way with the weed eater. And I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm going to kill it. I'm like, don't do that. Like, he's not doing anything. Like, he's just chilling. He's like, well, what are you going to do about it? And I'm like,
That's
I'm
like
going to
me.
go find a box and I'm going to put him in there and I'm going to take him to the goddamn nature preserve that I live in front of. He's like, you're not going to touch it. I'm like, yes, I will. Like, just let me finish up here and I'll do it. And then he starts trying to like scare it off with the weed eater by like just holding it like above him and stuff. So the snake crawls into like my parents' garden and he's still just chasing it with this thing. And they have these like, I guess like terracotta, like ceramic turtle statue things that they just have in there. And apparently there's a hole in the bottom of those. So the snake just like crawls up in there and just will not come out.
Of course not.
And so I'm just like, well, I gotta try to get it out, and got a little clear box. Just holding it like over the box, just kind of like trying to like shake him out, like, come on, man, like get in this. I'm like, okay, he's not coming out. And so my mom's like, here's some trash bags, just throw it away. I'm like, I'm not gonna throw it away. Like, I'm gonna take these trash bags and I'm gonna go do what I was gonna do in the first place, just make everything a lot harder. And so I drive down the road and I like take this fucking turtle out and just put it in the grass, and I'm just watching it, like waiting for this like snake to come out. Meanwhile, there's cars driving by and like people jogging, and I'm just staring at a fake fucking turtle. Like it's a pet, like just off the side of the road going to the bathroom. And I'm just like, come on, dude. Like, I need you to hurry.
Go potty.
At one point, like
I went my dog. Can you please go potty?
Yeah, it's me.
At one point, like I went onto the nature trail, and, like found a stick, came back out, and like was just trying to like coax him out of the turtle. And every time like I'd get him, he'd just like slither back in there more and stuff. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I don't have time for this. I'm just gonna come back later. And so I leave the turtle there, go back to my car, and I find like an envelope with like just junk mail or whatever. Tear off a little piece of that. I write snake inside. I had a sticker for like some pizza truck like here in town that I just attached it to the turtle with, just in case anyone's just like, I'm gonna take this thing. I'm like, no, you're not.
There's a snake in there.
What's up?
Snake inside.
Yeah. And so like I left it go all night. And I had to be at work at like 4 a.m. this morning, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go see if it's still in there. So I drive over there. Turtle's still there, so I'm like, okay, cool, that's a good sign. And
Snake inside deterred people.
I'm like looking around, and I'm like, it's pitch black out right now, and there's animals like just kind of all around this place. I'm like, I'll check on it later.
Yeah.
I go back to work, and then on my lunch break, I had a long lunch, so I was like, I'll go check on this thing now. So I go over there, lift the turtle up. Snake's not in there, so I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I'm glad he made it out.
Don't know where he went, but
just on to his next adventure. And that's my story of how I saved a snake yesterday. And I feel like a good person for it.
You
are
should.
a good. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
To make it not
both
as
of your parents
scary.
were gonna kill it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To make your story not as scary, in my mind when you were telling your story, I saw it like a cartoon, and the snake was a little cute cartoon.
I love
and
it.
I tried not to think of the picture.
I need you to animate that for me now, because I want to see it.
I'll try.
I enjoyed. My favorite part of the story was snake inside.
Yeah. I even made.
You need to post a picture of it.
Yeah, I made this too. I'll send it to y'all. Y'all know like the doors from like the Walking Dead that say like don't open, dead inside.
Yeah.
I gotta send it to you because it won't show up on here. But
Okay.
it's just those doors, and I just photoshopped the picture of the little sign that I made on there. So fucking dumb, but it made me laugh.
I love it.
Don't open, snake inside.
It's a great story.
Yeah,
Don't open snake inside.
I was so terrified that I was gonna like just lift that thing up and it's just gonna be like dead in there or something like that. But no, he survived as far as I know. So
Good for him. Good for him.
Yep.
All right, so Stephanie, what is your motherfucking share time?
I'm addicted to learning Spanish on Duo Lingo because there's like a tier system, and I have consistently been getting silver every freaking week. Like, I don't want silver, I want gold. And so I'm trying to learn Spanish and get good at it. I don't know. Speak it to people.
You're better than me, probably. I would probably get what's the lowest medal that you can get?
You can get demoted back to the last level.
That would be me all the time.
You can get relegated. That's amazing. They treat you like a soccer team.
That's me. All right. Well, Stephanie's going to learn Spanish, and she's going to be able to do that for all of us.
Yes. When we move to Mexico, guys, I'll be able to speak for everyone. I can't wait.
Stephanie's going to have to sponsor us.
Yeah, sponsoring everyone. Bring your families.
Bring family.
We're all one familia.
Why do y'all keep freezing? God damn it. Okay, y'all are back.
Okay. I was like, everybody's fine for me.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I know it's just mine. I don't know why. But this is gonna be a fun episode to edit.
This episode is cursed.
Yes, another cursed episode. That's why we can't be taking weeks off, because this is what happens.
Yeah, that's what happens.
We always have a cursed one after.
Okay. Is that your share time?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Stephanie and Tyler traded places this week.
It's nice to actually have a story.
Yeah. My brain don't work.
Welcome to my world.
Well, okay. All right. So let's get into the shows. We're gonna do The Bachelorette, and then we're gonna do Big Brother. I found out that people, what they do is they skip over the shows that they don't watch and then go to the next thing. So just so you guys have a schedule.
We're starting with Bachelorette. I know it's hard.
Well, yeah, they just skip to the next part.
I do that on some podcasts.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm like, that's fine. You're still listening.
Yeah.
I gotta start putting timestamps or something in there for people, but that's more work that I don't want to do. So
one day when you're getting paid for it, that's when you'll do it.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. When this is our job.
Yeah. One day.
Manifest. Yo, I shot my shot today.
You did. You're doing way more than me.
Andy Heron, who's the winner of Big Brother 15, he commented and it was like, if none of these podcasts ask me to come on, they're not doing their job. He said some other stuff, but that's basically what it was. And I was like, oh, okay. So I got in there. I said, does that count for podcasts that are trying to gain steam for monetization? Because I'll shoot my shot out here. I was like, we're called Hot Garbage. We have a steaming trash can logo. My two co-hosts just found out Helen got pushed. It would be a really fun time. And I shot my shot. And so far, I haven't heard anything.
God, I hope he answers.
Still early.
And one girl saw it and commented and was like, I really appreciate this. I hope he answers.
There's still hope. He still can. Maybe he just hasn't been on Twitter.
Hey. Optimism. He tweeted.
Yeah.
Again. After.
Oh. I don't know. He's gonna see it.
I got on. And this is hours ago, right? So I get on before we start recording and stuff. And I follow him. So one of his things came up and he said something really funny and I liked it. I was like, he probably thinks I'm a creep.
You're trying to get his attention. We're just trying to get his attention.
I really wasn't. He also scream and things like that. So I follow him because he says, I like what he has to say. So I follow him. And yeah, he's gonna think I'm a creep and we're gonna have a restraining order, and that's our first kiss. The restraining order from Andy.
And that's okay.
And that's okay.
At least we're getting our name out there.
Hey, some people liked it. They were like, way to shoot your shot, girl. I'm proud of you.
I liked it. That was ballsy.
Yeah, so anyway, so let's start out with The Bachelorette. So last week I had written down that I didn't like Spencer, But the more that Spencer speaks, the more I'm like, you kind of say it for the rest of us, don't you? Like I don't have it in my notes because like my notes are all like it's on my phone, so it's actually all jumbled this time, and it's like 2 things.
Mhm.
But this week he said something like really funny, and I started cracking up, and I was like, oh, okay. Let me go find it.
I can't even help you like try to figure out what it was because I just watched a recap because
Yeah,
goddamn,
Tyler's
this show's
like
boring.
Tyler can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't remember who Spencer is.
Okay. Great job, guys.
I know.
Like even if I did watch it, we're at that
Oh,
point where there's
this
too many
guy.
people. So I'm just like,
The one
I'll wait till
that
there's like a couple more people gone, and then I'll start learning names.
this is the
Yeah.
guy who was engaged and his girl left him, right? Like every
I
other.
barely listened to their one-on-one. I'm not the person to ask. I am very bored by that man.
The more he talks, I like him, but I did not listen to a goddamn thing he said.
No, I'm going to be honest with you. What I mean by that is the things he says are real things. Like he had said this week, that guy had fake confidence and that was weird. like that's what I mean. Other than that, I find him very boring.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. My notes are like all jumbled. This is so fun. This is going to be great, guys. This is going to go great. Yeah, he was the guy that got engaged and then cheated on. I did write that down.
Okay.
I said, and I wrote, honestly, it makes me feel like he's a clinger.
Do you think that's why his girl left him?
I think he love bombs people. Like, I think that he doesn't like exactly mean to, but I think he's like somebody who says like, I love you after 2 months in a relationship and they met on Tinder.
Isn't that all this show is just love bombing people?
True.
But Spencer has this a little bit something in his eye that just makes
weird.
him a little, yeah.
Was
last week they had a group
Charity
date
season named Spencer too?
Yes.
The weird dude from Charity season?
Yes.
He was a Spencer too.
Yes, he was the one with the eyes.
Yeah. Who came on very strong and went home like second week, if not the first night.
Yeah. And he was like talking like this to her.
Yeah. And he was like the oldest guy there too.
Yeah, he was super old, yes.
Oh, this guy. I did not like this guy.
Yeah.
I don't think he got past night 1. No, he got a rose night 1.
Okay.
Yeah, he did get a rose night 1.
Yeah.
And then quickly left because he was weird. So last week they also had a group date, which was them stripping, which made me feel very uncomfy. I didn't really want to watch men strip, like in my life, and to watch it on a television show, I didn't really want to watch either. Also, I feel like it's a double standard because we're asking these men to strip, and if we asked women to do the same thing, that would be a completely different story.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so I don't feel like we should subject men to that. I feel like that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah.
But
it was also weird. Sam N gives me the heebie-jeebies. This is where I think it was either here or at the cocktail party that they were like hanging out and they were like making out and she was like ready to have sex with him on the couch again.
Oh. Yeah. And I can't do it.
So bad. I can't watch them. And then she was sitting there and he like got up and was gonna like trying to like get in between her legs and like had his arms like on either side of her. And I felt so creeped out because like even if you're attracted to this man, you don't actually know him and now he has put you in a trapped position and you're saying no and he's trying to like I don't even know.
Yeah. And then wasn't he also like at the same time saying I'm like trying to ask her to be his girlfriend but like doing that at the same time? Like that's weird.
Yes, that was at the same time. It was so fucking it was gross. I'm going to be for real. It was very gross.
And I think she liked it in a way and I didn't like that she liked it. I thought she was like or I think she tolerates it cuz she really likes him and she's not like telling
She
him
felt
like you're being fucking
uncomfortable
weird.
when she was sitting there.
She was?
I thought she was because she kept saying no.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she was very like, no, you
Mhm.
know. So I felt like she was very uncomfortable. Honestly, if I was her, I would have walked him right out right then. I don't know you and you're acting like this. Like, no, I don't
Yeah.
care what attraction I have to you. Like, if that's how we're acting right off the bat, like, no.
Yeah.
But she
And-
still keeps putting up with him.
Yep. We said this in the group chat earlier, but I told y'all it was in my notes for last week, but before we didn't record. But Jen's been playing this very shallow.
Yes.
Like
Mm-hmm.
it's very much just like, oh, he's hot, and then that's the whole reason I want to eject. Like if I have to hear that listed like that for one person, like one more time.
Okay, so yeah, Sam N is fucking gross. Sam M for misogynistic. Devin really annoys me.
Yes.
He's a really. Did we finish the Jen conversation?
No.
That
Okay.
she's being shallow?
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, let's fuck that. We're going back. Okay. So Jen is very juvenile. Like I feel like we're watching a
Yes.
juvenile season.
Mhm.
I'm like I don't like this season. I'm having a very difficult time.
Yeah.
I think Jen is a very sweet person. It has nothing to do with her personally.
Mhm.
It's just everything is I'm so attracted to Sam M. Devin
Mhm.
looks like Pete Davidson.
Mm-hmm.
It's like there's nothing substantial that she actually likes about any of these people.
Yeah.
Correct.
And I think that's where my problem's coming in.
Mhm.
Because it's like, why are we all here? Like, I feel like, like we watched like, people that weren't supposed to be there, but we were watching Dotton and Charity and we were watching Joey and Kelsey. Like right now, none of us, I think, have a front runner because what is there to base it off of?
Yeah, like they're all just unlikable. Like
Yeah. And then like, oh, you like Sam M because you make out with him all the time and he looks like Jed. I don't.
And then you like Devin because he looks like Pete Davidson. He looks like Pete. She said it like 5 times already. Okay, I get
know.
it. He looks
She
like
won't
Pete Davidson.
Shut up about it.
Yeah, and then he doesn't even look like Pete Davidson that
He
much.
doesn't look like Pete Davidson.
The more
Like,
she
I
says
get
it,
where,
the more
like-
I'm like, no, he
after
doesn't.
Yeah.
last week's episode, I was like, he's looking more like Josh Peck right now.
Right.
He does look like Josh Peck. You're right.
He does. He is so obnoxious. Oh my god.
Mhm.
But
Makes
okay,
him
so like
even less
it's like
attractive.
Yeah.
yes.
Mhm.
So it's like Jen is really not it. And then I don't like any of these men. I do not like any of them.
No.
Yeah. Well,
I
all
s-
the ones that looked like they were anything decent went home
Yes.
night one.
Mhm.
Like
Yes,
we
and
had
then like
nothing of them. So
and then like I sit here and I'm like I like Dylan and I like Grant, but they don't get any time because she's not giving them like the time of day, and they're like the only 2 guys that I even think like are remotely even okay right now.
Mhm.
yeah.
And Marcus,
Your boy
you know what?
Jonathan's okay.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna give it to Marcus too because even though I question where he was on January 6th, he at
He's
least
part
has
of SpaceX.
respect.
Mhm.
He at least is like being vulnerable with her. He's at least like actually like giving. You know what I mean? Like she's not giving. He's at least like giving. You know
People
what I
want
mean?
him to be the Bachelor.
What?
People want him to be the Bachelor.
Yeah, Danielle's part of that. I'm like, oh my god. She's like, well, you like him, and I was like, I wouldn't say I like him. Would I put him in top 3 because everybody else sucks? Maybe.
I feel like he's the most like he's gonna be just another what's his name?
He's just another guy.
Clayton. Yeah.
He's a Clayton. Exactly. Yeah, he's just a guy. Like you guys don't know what you're asking for.
Mhm.
Like
It's not a Joey. I'd
He's
have a
not a-
Jonathan season.
Jonathan's turning around a little bit.
Mhm.
He was really trying to make a connection with Jen, and like
I
Jen
agree.
is just like he's so hot.
I know. Once again.
I'm like, he's actually like trying, like he's playing lacrosse with you. He's like trying,
Yeah.
and you're like not giving him anything, and he's actually trying. And you're like, he's so hot, I want to make out with him. And I'm like, John, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no, this is a really, really weak season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just because it's coming off so juvenile.
Yeah.
Like we're waiting for Jen to pick the 3 guys that she's gonna go off to fantasy suites with.
Mhm.
Yeah. Like, let's just skip like 4 weeks right now and just get to the
Like
end.
Yeah.
we're not learning anything about the men because she's really not connecting with these people. I think I learned the most about Devin this week. You know what? Okay, hold on. Hold on. Fuck last week at this point. There was a group date. Fuck it. There was a second group date.
Yeah.
There was a second group date. It was race car driving. Noah's brother, Aaron, is like, oh, I'm supposed to get orders to go somewhere. And the whole time that he's saying that, I was like, I didn't know it was voluntary. Like, if like the military called and was like, hey, we have an assignment for you, I didn't know it was voluntary.
Well,
This man
it's
is
like
up.
flight training or something like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, he's
Yeah.
basically like learning to become a pilot. It's not like necessarily like a mission from.
I'm
the
going to be honest,
military.
that still doesn't feel voluntary. It feels voluntold.
No, I think he's a producer plant.
Yeah, like
Yeah, that
honestly,
could be it too.
like I feel like this was always a thing. I feel like he always knew that this was going to happen. Like you knew that you were going to go to this school, you knew what time it was, and like they just brought you here because also when he's leaving, he's like some of these guys aren't here for the right reasons. And she's like, "Well, can you tell me who?" And he's like, "I'm going to let you figure it out on your own." It's like you're leaving.
Yeah, like
You're
why
walking
did you
out
just
right
say
now.
it?
What does it matter?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, I
That's
thought
like
the
the
whole thing was
biggest thing that. Yeah.
I thought the whole thing was bullshit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I
Like
do too.
Like, I feel like if somebody called you and was like, "Hey, we have like this flight school that you've been trying to get into," it's not even a question that you're going. Like, even if that's the case, you know what I mean? It's not even a question that you're going. So why are you like broken up about it? You've known the girl 2 weeks.
Yeah. I don't know. I
Anyway,
feel like there's way too much producer like intervention in this season.
yeah, 100%. Especially
I
with like
agree.
that.
Mm-hmm.
So Sam N also blows last week and says, I love you, Jen, during the stripper thing, even though he's never had a girlfriend, never had a kiss, and he just goes, I love you. And all the guys are like, what the fuck?
I'm so embarrassed for him. Like I have secondhand embarrassment. Like, why are you acting like this?
Oh my God. It was so okay. So anyway, so last week who went home was Tomas and Hakeem. So now we've kind of talked about a decent amount from this week. Let me get my notes up because everything's a fucking jumbled mess out here. I'm so unorganized this week. It's fine. So we talked a little bit about this week. So Sam M actually has a one-on-one. And if you guys don't know this, Sam M's brother got on Instagram, I think it was, and started saying like you didn't see everything about the season. There's so much that they cut out. Honestly,
His
being a
sister
big
was doing it too.
yeah, honestly, they're big fucking babies.
Yeah. There's
Not a
so
single
much
one
cut
of
out of
them.
the 2 people they've only shown this whole fucking season so far.
Yeah.
Like, okay, sure.
You're big fucking babies. First off, you sign a contract, and this is why I'm sure that like one of like the requirements is that you don't read the contract, you just signed it. Because it literally in every contract for every reality TV you will ever do, it literally says that these people own the footage of you and they are allowed to do with it what they want. You literally have to do that to have a release of you and your face. It's literally you signing a release for them to use you, so you can't sue them.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You're a
It's in
character.
every reality show that you will ever go on. I know that from my law class that I took in college for that communication course. Made me want to kill myself. But man, came. I
Look at
know
you
why I
now.
was taking it. So basically, you're a big baby. You should have read the contract. Like, if I ever went on one of these shows, right? Like, knowing how I am, knowing how I speak, knowing like who I am, I'm a villain. I'm not stupid to that. But this guy was so unaware of like who he is as a person that he's like, I am being portrayed totally wrong. And it's like, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Like you doing that with the chair was like you. Like the producers didn't tell you to do that.
Yeah.
Like that was creepy. Let's just get that out of the way. Anyway, Jesse and Jen having dinner was also the cutest thing in the whole wide world. And he was like, the reason we can't eat on dates anymore is because of me. And then they showed him eating the corn on the cob. And I was like, Jesse.
Jesse is the funniest host in the world. I love that man.
I am so happy Chris Harrison got fired. I'm so sorry for you, Chris Harrison. You seem to have bounced. You're fine. I am so happy that we were blessed with Jesse Palmer.
We don't deserve him, but
we
here we are.
Here we are. Listen, he doesn't even want to be there half the time. Yeah. I am sure that he is like, I'm going to do whatever I want and you let me do it. These people love me.
Mm-hmm.
And like, that's why he's been able to do like the random shit that he's been doing.
It's just so freaking funny.
Would Chris Harrison do that with her? Think about that. Would Chris Harrison sit there and do that with her?
He'd patronize her and like make her feel stupid for what she thinks.
And he just had a conversation with his friend and was just hanging out. And we used to say that about Joey and him playing fucking tennis. He's just like, I'm hanging out with my friends, film me doing it. So during Jen's one-on-one with Sam M, we need to talk about it. Because who else was pissed off at how he was acting with the fucking building? Me, myself, and I, maybe. I am so mad at that man.
Well, he doesn't like Jen.
He doesn't like Jen at all.
No.
Okay? I literally wrote on my Twitter, you could put another girl in front of him and he's looking at her the same way. It's literally blank behind that.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't like Jen. He doesn't really care about Jen. He's just there for this. He's literally Jed.
He's coming off yeah.
I called it, and everything that he does is Jed. Like, we are at this point right now where we're all going, he's just here for his music career.
I don't know what Sam is selling, but he's either selling himself. He's selling himself somehow, and he does not like Jen. It's so obvious. Not like Jen. Yeah, it's so obvious. It's sad. That's why he just like
grabs her and makes out with her. Like the way he grabs her, he'll like grab her waist and like bring her like this, and it's like, can you?
It's an act.
Yep.
Not. Yeah, it's like an act. Like he's in a movie and he's trying to like act like what he sees in movies.
Yeah.
It creeps me out. Honestly. Also, when they're supposed to go do like that jump off the building or whatever, she's like genuinely terrified.
Yeah.
And he's like, just do it. Just do it. It's a once in a lifetime thing. Just do it. And it's like, you are not being supportive at all.
Yeah.
Like, she's actually terrified. Like, there are tears in her eyes and you could care less. And then she's like, when they get down to the very bottom, she says, like, I feel like we learned a lot about each other and he wasn't like understanding, but like now he does. And I'm like, Jen, what? Like, why are you so blind?
I'm trying to figure out why she's like this, because I was watching it and I was like, Jen, you're not seeing the same person I'm seeing? Like, what? Like, you don't see the same actions that he's doing? Like, this man moves weird.
We usually have some opposite opinions of Danielle sometimes, hence the Marcus thing. And she can't stand Sam M. And usually she's like on the fence about people. And like usually she doesn't hate people. And she's like, wow, this guy is an asshole.
Yep.
Like, you know, when my best friend, who usually doesn't have anything mean to say about these men, is going, wow, he is an asshole.
I just saw the meme from The Office where Michael's on top of the building. He's like, I'm going to jump. So I like do a flip. That's Sam. Chat.
Who posted that?
It's on Twitter. It's just on it's on Reddit. Like, they're showing different things about the episode, and that was one of them.
That's one of them. Amazing.
Do a flip.
Do a flip. That was him. So we get to the night portion, and I, again, tuned out 90% of it, like how I did with Spencer.
Mhm.
And he, at the end, starts saying, like, I was so vulnerable. I hear so much. And I went to where? So I rewind it. You better believe my ass rewinded that shit. Because I'm cracking up, going, okay, what do you honestly think was vulnerable about this?
I'm pretty sure the recap I watched said that same exact thing that you did. Just like, where?
Because it was. I mean, if you're not thinking that as your I never rewind the shit. I rewind the shit. I'll pause it and like write or whatever. Not this time. Not this time. This time I actually went back to hear what happened. So he got engaged and she found another guy and basically dumped him. So I'm going to make a lot of assumptions here because he didn't really share anything. He literally didn't, like, that's what he shared. Okay. He's 24, right? Can we look up his
I think
age?
it was 27.
27?
Let me double check. 27.
He's 27. Okay.
She's
That makes it a little bit
I don't
better.
think there's anybody like younger than her, right?
That guy that was in med school.
There was definitely a
20
24-year-old.
Yeah, the
Okay.
guy in med school was 24. But I don't even know if he's still on the
okay.
show anymore. I don't see anyone.
I don't see anyone
Yeah.
except for fucking twerps. Anyway.
Yeah. Pipsqueaks.
Anyway. So listen, I'm still gonna make the assumptions, but like knowing that he's 27, it makes it feel a little bit better. But honestly, like it feels like it was like two 21-year-olds that fell in love in some like whirlwind romance where they both love bombed each other and they were like in a whirlwind like romance. I question what proposal meant. Because like was there an actual proposal? Was there an actual ring? Or was it one of those things where people are like, we're engaged and it's in your head?
Yeah, could be.
You get what I'm saying? So, honestly, that's what it felt like. And it, like, honestly was giving, like, I'm Britney Spears and I got drunk in Vegas one time and got that marriage and then I had an annulled 72 hours later. Like, if these two were drunk in Vegas, like, I feel like that would have been the outcome. So, what it genuinely felt like to me was this type of scenario. And she meets some coworker at work and tells him what's going on and how like they've been in a relationship for 8 months and they're going to get married and he's going to get her a ring and the coworker is like, what are you doing? And she proceeds to fall in love with the coworker and exit herself out of a relationship that maybe they both shouldn't have been in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to like shame them for that because people do like dumb things when they're young. Like it's fine.
Yeah.
But like that's genuinely like what it was giving. Like cuz he didn't share anything. So it's like assumptions. But like I understand, but it feels almost like you guys probably shouldn't have been in that relationship in some capacity. And she met her coworker and her coworker probably said you shouldn't be doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And ran off with him, but also didn't, maybe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like maybe they did date after these two broke up and he's like, oh, you cheated on me. Oh,
Yeah.
you were with him right now.
I could see him thinking.
Yeah.
Thinking that.
And like maybe that's not
type.
really what it was, but it was to him.
Yeah.
Can't wait for
He was getting like I can give it to him for thinking that, you know what I mean? And I can also understand her side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
really fast, can we talk about, I just want to bring up one more thing about Sam.
Oh, I'm not done with Sam.
Oh, okay. Good.
What do you want to bring up about Sam?
Oh, so someone said 2,000% chance that this girl is going to come out with receipts, that this is all an absolute lie. She definitely found him passed out in some girl's car outside a Machine Gun Kelly concert after tracking his location. This man would like Machine Gun Kelly.
Okay, I don't feel bad at all about what I said before because everybody else felt it too. They're like, okay, what kind of relationship though? What was this engagement in air quotes? You know what I mean?
God, that's amazing.
I know.
I'm really happy that I was not the only person that felt like that because I was like, I'm making a lot of assumptions here, right?
Mhm.
And I'm really happy that everybody else jumped to those conclusions too.
Someone else said, so it's official, Jen just likes douchebags. We'll see you in BIP, Jen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh God. I'm so happy that everybody else is feeling like this actually.
Mhm.
So I want to talk about how uncomfortable I am with the Sam and Jen makeout this week as well. When she like got out of her seat and like sat on his lap and they were like kissing and stuff,
Mhm.
I felt it makes me so uncomfortable. And I explained this to Keenan because Keenan was like, well, don't they all do that? And I was like, okay. Think about JoJo and Jordan with the wall makeout, right? And like
Mhm.
you watched that and you were like, oh shit, right? But
That's
it didn't make
hot.
you uncomfortable. You
Mhm.
were like, oh shit, okay, all right, get it,
Mhm.
right? This is hard to watch.
I think a big part of it is Jen and Sam don't have chemistry.
And they just make out.
They're just lusting over each other, but there's no chemistry there between them, and everyone sees it but them.
Yeah.
No, he sees it. She doesn't see it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she doesn't see it. He sees it, but he's just such a douchebag. He's like, I'm here to win the game, basically.
Yeah.
He knows it's hot enough to he knows he's hot enough to where it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Yes. And that's why he keeps making out with her because he's like, I'm so hot, I can do this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's him winning.
Winning with air quotes around it.
Yeah.
That's right. So then the group date was rugby. I didn't care about it. Blue team won.
Yeah.
And like before we even got into the night portion of the day, I want to say something right now. Thomas was giving a weird energy the whole fucking time. I literally wrote down, Thomas is the weird version of a bully. Now he hates Sam N. He is a hater in the worst way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Listen, Sam N was annoying me. Sam N annoyed John. He annoyed everybody. Listen, he pissed me off too. It was like a weird fake confidence, like Spencer said.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I'm going to kiss my wife tonight. And I'm like, oh, get out of here. The way, if this was me, I would be walking men out just left and fucking right.
Don't even bother walking them out. Just kick them out.
I would have to leave the show.
It's a literal fucking train wreck out here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh my God. So the part, like, listen, like, I actually like Marcus. We're gonna put air quotes around like. But Sam N like refused to move over on the couch for him. And he said, you better check yourself. And I was like, that's right, Marcus. That's right. He like was taking up like so much room on the couch and like wouldn't move over because that was his spot. And he's like, no, I'm staying here. It's my spot. And Marcus was like, just move over a little bit. And he's like, no. And Marcus was like, watch yourself. Watch yourself. Because that's true. Like, you need to start watching yourself, you little
Yeah, like Marcus was actually being kind of nice.
Yeah.
Was Marcus or was Sam N in his Grease cosplay already at this point?
This is where he was in that weird leather jacket, yes.
Yeah.
I realized what she meant. I was like, yes, he was in that ill-fitted leather jacket.
Why are you dressed like this?
It was literally like Grease lightning.
Yeah.
Like he had like the white shirt with like this like the like leather jacket that like cut him at the hips. Like it was a very weird cut jacket.
hey Jen, me and the guys are gonna go behind the school and smoke cigarettes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. And then his hair was like greased in the thing too. It was like, I was like, dude.
Okay, Danny Zuko.
He like, I think this is also why the guys were like, what is this fake confidence? Because what was he wearing?
I feel so bad. I'm like secondhand embarrassment for him.
It was so bad. Like, it's like, I'm like, oh my God. So I think, so then Thomas was like having like this weird bully energy about it, right?
Yeah, a little pipsqueak.
And I was like, sit down and let John and Marcus handle it, actually. Like, they're gonna handle it better.
And Thomas was getting like overly pissed about it. Like, it was a little like,
oh my God, he was so over the top. Okay, we'll get to him in a second. We'll get to that. So we're gonna get to that. So basically, John is yelling at Sam N. And Thomas is smiling like a creepy fucking weirdo. He's like, you know what I mean?
It's like Sam. It was like he was here.
Okay.
The way I'm gonna zoom in on your face for that, because it was incredible.
That's
maybe not for the episode, but definitely for a TikTok.
Thomas, that's how I think of you.
Like a dog trying to get peanut butter out of its mouth.
When you speak, that's what I hear. Like, he's such a fucking twerp. You can absolutely put that on TikTok with like my zoomed in face, because that would absolutely go viral. Because it's like, what the fuck? Okay. So then Thomas, after he's being like this cocky little smart fucking Alec fucking thing all over here, this fucking field mouse, that's literally what I wrote. I said this fucking field mouse just decided to bring Sam N outside of the room to talk to him.
This man always brings someone outside to talk, like to the side. Like, please stop. I'm begging you, stop it, pipsqueak.
I am like, you are a fucking field mouse. You are an annoyance to this world. Okay? Like, you fucking field mouse. I am mad at Sam N too, but we already had a yell at him session with John. You don't need to separately pull him outside to say the same exact thing. Like, you don't need to do that. You don't. Sam N is I don't like him either, but come on. Come on. So then he starts like, what does he say? He says he brings him out there to talk to him, and Sam N is like, I don't want to have this conversation, which, like, fair. And so then Thomas N says, well, then get the fuck out of here then. And in that moment, the way I would have throat punched him, the way I would have karate chopped him in the throat, okay? I would have been like, Timmy or Tommy, you've got to be fucking kidding me. You pulled me out here and now you're telling me to get the fuck out? And he's going, listen. And I'm like, I would have lost my motherfucking shit. Oh my God, I would have lost my fucking shit on this man. What, you said that you wanted to flick him?
Yeah,
right, Stephanie?
I want to flick him. Like, he's just like annoying. Like him talking.
He's like a little rugrat.
And then I just be like, stop, sir.
Shut up.
You're annoying.
Like, just flick his nose. Shut up.
Stop. Like, he's trying to be something he's not. Like,
yes. So I wrote down.
Scary.
He said, she wants somebody 10 toes down. And I was like, what is this random cocky shit coming out of this little guy?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is this? And I would like to say that if we are in the real world, right? Like, and he's not, and there's no cameras around Thomas, there's no contract, and he spoke like that to one of those men out there in the real world, he wouldn't have been walking away. You don't speak like that to people. That's disrespectful, and you're only doing it because you're on a television show. Fuck you. And the horse you rode in on, the only reason you're acting tough is because you wouldn't do this in the real world. There is no possible way that that little pipsqueak, that little field mouse, has any chance that he's doing that same thing out in the real world. No way.
Yeah, nope.
No way. That's what I wrote. I said, he said 10 toes down. What is this random cocky shit coming from someone who doesn't look big enough or old enough to ride the ride?
I just don't understand. I don't understand his cockiness. I think because he has Sam M for misogynist on his side that
and he's not even on his side. They just don't like the same person.
Yeah.
Like,
I think he's his little minion. Like, he looks like his little, like,
he follows him around like a little minion. Yes.
Yeah. Like, oh, you think I'm funny? Ha ha! Yay! Like that.
With like that face too, because he's weird.
Yeah.
So so then Sam N goes upstairs while Thomas is talking to Jen to interrupt their date. And honestly, if I'm Sam N, I am also that petty that I would go in 2 minutes after he sat down to talk to Jen and interrupt their date just because. Yes, I would.
Yep.
He comes back down and then is like yelling at the guys, and the guys was like, "Oh, that's shit. Like that's like, oh, fuck him, you know, whatever." And I was like, I'm gonna give the other guys a pass because they didn't see how Thomas was talking to him, and I feel like after they see how that little field mouse was talking to him, I feel like that they're gonna be, yeah, I would have interrupted that date too. Fuck you. It's called respect, motherfucker. So basically, Jen is like, yeah, I'm kind of over this, and I didn't really like you anyway. And so she goes, I'm just gonna walk you out, which was the right decision. But what hurt me and what I feel bad for Sam N for, and I want to say sorry, is that you had to go home after that fight with Thomas, and Thomas is in there thinking that he won. I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
That for the rest of the time, he thought he won. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that sucks.
Doesn't it? Because that guy thinks he won. Like, oh yeah, he got walked out because he interrupted my date. And it's like, he got walked out for another reason. And you really didn't win. And when this comes out, we'll all see it. Yeah. But I'm sure his bestie, Sam M's family, is going to be like, you didn't see everything. You didn't see everything.
Yep.
I can't. So Marcus gets the group date rose, which was probably rightfully so his, because he opened up about a bunch of stuff with her. So go for it. And then I said, and he's crying, and as he's crying, why did the gum on the bottom of my shoe have to say something about respect? He's like, I'm tough, and it's like, all right, Toenail, I could probably sit on you.
Nail.
I called him Toenail and gum on the bottom of my shoe in the same thing.
Love that.
Okay. So Thomas, you really need to sit the fuck down. Okay. Calm down. I can't say that I wouldn't be edited like that on a show, because like if I got mad enough, I'd be like acting like some way, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I can't say that like I'm not gonna act like you, but like you gotta sit down now.
Yeah,
like now
I would
you gotta
never
be like,
want to be his friend or anything after this. He seems like he doesn't know how to control his emotion. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So then we had Devin's one-on-one. Devin annoys the fucking shit out of me. Okay, I say every nice thing that I'm about to say about Devin annoys the fucking shit out of me. Devin is obnoxious. Like him. Devin I don't like, but I'm about to say a lot of nice things about him. But I need to disclaimer this as I do not like him. I do not think he's a good person. Well, no, I'm not going to say that I don't think he's a good person. Let's take that one back. Because I don't know. I do not think that he is. I feel bullshit. That's what we're going to say.
Yeah. This is an act.
Yes. He's very showy in like not the good way.
Yeah.
But I do want to say that Devin's date was fun with all like the cultural stuff. With like the New Zealand people. And I'm gonna say that I think Devin is probably one of the people on this cast that would like really appreciate it. Like I feel like Grant, Dylan, and John would appreciate it too. But I feel like Thomas would have taken over, and I feel like Sam would have made it about himself somehow because he's a narcissist. You know what I mean? Whereas I feel like Devin was kind of existing and was like having fun with Jen.
I'm
You
gonna
get
be
what I'm saying?
honest, yeah, but I'm gonna be honest. I don't like him, so I
Yeah, he still
wasn't
annoys
paying
the
too
fucking
much.
shit out of me.
Yeah, I didn't pay too much attention to him.
Yeah. And I do. I just want to give a shout out to Devin's mom. Because poor Devin's mom, he literally at least admitted to this, but his dad leaves him. And she's raising him, and he like resents her for some reason and is like, I want to go live with dad. And it's like, how like imagine being a mom and your son who you're taking care of is like, I want to go live with dad. And it's like, well, dad doesn't like you, but I do.
Yeah,
Like,
why don't you want to
like,
stay with me, little shit?
Yeah, like that was harsh, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like he like now like understands what he did, so like I feel okay saying that. But I just want to give his mom like a shout out. Like way to be a badass bitch. I hope that we actually get a hometown with you so that way we can love you personally and we can meet you. Because I feel like I'll like you more than your son.
Yeah. I can agree to that.
I feel like you need to tell your son to stop being obnoxious. I have a feeling I'm gonna like you. But yeah, I just want to give a shout out to his mom because single moms taking care of 2 kids. Good for you. Love you, baby. Just want to give her a little shout out. Anyway, like for real. Like I don't like Devin, but I do like Devin's mom. Then Jen actually started talking about her dad, which just made it even more depressing. So apparently, Jen's dad doesn't even know her birthday. Like she's like, my dad doesn't even know my birthday. That's fucking horrible. Like that's horrible. Like I am so fucking sorry, Jen. Like, oh my god. Like imagine your like parent not knowing your birthday. That's so fucked.
Yeah.
So basically she set a boundary up with him because he's a little fuckwad. And I'm gonna say that for her. And he basically cut contact with her completely. Like he cut contact with her because she set up a boundary with him. And that so fucking sucks. And I feel like this is half the reason why Jen doesn't understand her worth. And she says, I understand my worth now. And I was like, girly pop, you don't.
Yeah.
Because you're making out with the men like this.
Yeah.
Like you have self-confidence, like you gained all that back or whatever, but you do not know your worth yet.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to be the one to tell you that. I hope that you watch this show and you see it and you're like, yeah, I get why they said that. You know what I mean? Like, because like I feel like she's not stupid. I just feel like she doesn't get it.
Yeah.
And so like I wanted to like bring up the dad stuff because there's so much trauma probably still attached to that maybe that's why everything's feeling a little arm's length.
Yeah. It makes sense.
Because we're all saying that like it's very like shallow, right? And maybe it's because she's kind of at arm's length because she's not as through it as she thought she was.
Yeah.
You know, and it's nothing to her. Like I actually feel really bad for her. Like I genuinely feel really bad. I'm gonna be for real. I feel really bad when people tell me that they don't have like good relationships with their dad because like my dad is like my best friend. Like I adore my dad. Like I can't imagine not having my dad. You know, like so I actually just feel horrible when like I know that people don't have that. Like I just feel so bad. And I don't mean to like and I mean it as like empathy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't want to make it like I'm being a narcissist. Like I just mean it like I have empathy for that.
Yeah. I got
Yeah.
what you mean.
Cool. Let's clarify it. I have empathy for that. So I just wanted to bring that stuff up because I felt like Devin's date was probably the first time that I ever got like a something
from her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say like I got like I said really nice things about Devin, but he annoys the fucking shit out of me.
Yeah. I don't like him.
I think it's because I like his mom.
Yeah.
Justice for his mom.
So at the very end, Jen's ex-boyfriend shows up. We don't have a rose ceremony because Jen's ex-boyfriend shows up. I have to be honest with you. I wasn't actually expecting a regular guy. Like when a regular guy showed up named Matt, I was like, oh, this wasn't like a Blake.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be someone from like Bachelor Nation or something. This really has never happened. And
no, this really has never happened. I have like, we did a little bit, I would say, in Paradise because Demi was dating whatever her name is. I'm so sorry, I forget your name. From Bachelor in Paradise, Demi. The girl.
Demi was Christian?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. Like we kind of got it a little bit like that because she met her at home.
Mm-hmm.
But not just walking onto a season like this. So I wasn't expecting some random guy that she's been dating. Like she dated. So she dated that they dated a few months 3 years ago. He said that they've been on and off. She said that they just started connecting again as friends before she started filming.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. A lot of it was fucking weird and I wrote down a lot of it. Because he was talking about these 2 weddings. And he was saying, I didn't want to go to the weddings without you. And she was like, you didn't go to the weddings? And like they were talking about it, but then she was saying that you guys were reconnected as friends a couple months ago, but he was expecting you to go to weddings with him.
Yeah.
And it was during the time of you filming. Did you break up with him to come here?
Right.
Hmm.
And then
Right?
he seems like a sound enough guy where he
No,
wouldn't
I had
just
no
like make it
problem
up
with
in
him.
Yeah. I don't know if he would make that up. I'm sure there's some truth to what he's saying, but maybe she thought maybe it wasn't as serious. No, maybe she did think. I don't know. I wish I could have been there.
I don't know because it's the weddings is where I'm like, what? So he was saying, I wrote it down. He didn't go to 2 weddings, and I took it as she was supposed to go with him because she said, you didn't go to the weddings? So they were supposed to go to the weddings, but she's not there because they were filming.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's how I took that. So then she said they reconnected before filming as friends. But then he's saying he didn't want to go to the wedding without you. Like he was saying, I didn't want to go to the weddings without you.
I was gonna say like maybe it was something like that they had planned on like before they broke up, but even then, like she was on Joey's season.
Yeah.
So
Like, did they? Yeah, exactly. Like,
so like
when
even
did?
then it's still a fishy timeline.
Isn't it? Isn't it? This is why I was like, and it has to. And they're saying these things, right? Like, it's not like that. The Bachelor producers are editing this for me to like be thinking this. Like, how the reason I'm thinking this is because of what he's saying and what she's saying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to go to the weddings with you. She knew about the weddings. She was like, you didn't go to the 2 weddings? Like, she knew about them. Like, it's not like, oh, whatever. Like, she knew about these weddings.
Yeah.
It's fucking strange. It's fucking strange.
Yeah. I mean, it's all gonna be for nothing anyways. Like the next episode is just gonna be like, well, like, sorry,
I
I'm
don't
trying to
want.
find love here, and then she's gonna
Mm-hmm.
send him away. Like that's
I don't
That's
watch
what's gonna
it.
happen.
happens. Like
Yeah.
We watched the one
it's a
guy
big
be like,
nothing for her. So,
it feels like it's not really like fair to the rest of us. And he's like, oh, I don't really know if I trust you. Whatever. He does join the cast for at least the rose ceremony because he's in a suit. And she tells him. So.
there's like I said, there's too much like production intervention going on this season because like there's no reason for this to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
yeah. So that's The Bachelorette. I'm not really liking this season. I have to be honest with you. I don't like any of the guys, and like we already talked about Jen.
Mhm.
I'm almost ready to hard eject.
yeah, I
Whenever
think
y'all are ready, I'm ready.
I think I'm
Hard
done.
ejecting out of it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'll watch it and maybe give you like a. No, I don't even know if I want to watch it anymore. I don't know. I'm so turned off this season. I never thought it would finally happen.
It's really like it's just it's so juvenile. Like we're not watching anything of substance.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like there is no goal here. Like we're not getting to an end goal watching this.
Yeah. Which, like, I mean, at least me and Laura have said, like, you know, we don't watch this for people finding love. Like, it's
Yeah.
entertainment, but there's no entertainment here. It's just
None. It's
And I
stupid
watch
boy
it for
drama, and I
people.
want to kick everyone.
yeah.
Mhm. I watch it for people finding love, and I can already tell there's not going to be love this season.
Yeah.
I don't know
mean-
how I made it through Clayton's season. I'm not going to do another season like that.
I could make it through Clayton season because I was always waiting for the rose ceremony from hell.
Yeah.
Like truly.
They're not
Because
even
they would
like,
tease it every week.
yeah, they're not teasing anything good for this season. Like, I don't think anything's
Because
going
I
to
don't
happen.
think she ends up with anybody.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
like, okay, cool. I don't want you to end up with someone if you don't want to be with someone, but like,
What am
But
I
then
watching this for?
yeah, why
are
am
we
I
doing
watching
all
this? Yeah. Why are we?
This is why Brad Womack got drugged by America because he didn't pick Deanna or Jenny. Because what did we all watch that for?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And at least he had nice people.
Wasted our time.
So last week, let's get on to Big Brother. So last week happened. It was the premiere. Everybody moved in. I don't like some of them. And then I like most of them.
Mhm.
I can't stand MJ.
Don't like
Yeah.
her.
I do not like Mackenzie. I don't like her. I don't like her at all. She gives entitled brat. And every time that I see construction project manager, I think daddy gave me a job.
Mhm.
That is
Yeah.
construction site.
Yeah, because she said her
Because
family.
he's the general contractor.
Mm-hmm.
So she gives entitled brat. I'm really happy. So anyway, everybody gets introduced last week. Nothing happened last week, honestly. It was very boring. They had the move in, which is just you meet everybody, and then Sunday rolls around and you find out that Angela won an HOH and she nominates who? Matt, Lisa,
And
Kenny.
Kenny.
Yep.
No, she doesn't do Matt. It's
No,
Kenny,
chemo.
Chemo.
And then she
Chemo.
replaces,
Chemo.
replaces them
Mhm.
with Matt.
So then they play the veto on Wednesday, and I think Wednesday is probably where it got good. So I would like to talk. Okay.
Yep.
So, basically, Angela is a crazy paranoid person.
Yes.
She's in Stephanie's background right now.
Mm-hmm. Crazy eyes. Crazy eyes.
I know. Which she does do crazy eyes, and you can see it in the live feed. And like the people on Twitter were like, it's a disservice that the editors didn't take the time to actually show crazy eyes because it's actually really funny. Because he really does give like crazy eyes. Like when he's talking, he's like this, but they
Yeah.
didn't show it.
Their whole feud is just weird though, because
It
it's
was
like
it was weird.
she said he's hot and he took it the wrong way. Like that's
And
basically
then
what it
put
boils
on a
down to.
master class. Put on a master class on everything you shouldn't do when someone else is HOH. He
Mhm.
threatens her.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't even know he threatened her. Julie is sitting there with him, telling him what he said, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I can see how that happened."
Yeah, but then doesn't apologize after.
Yeah.
Because he's so stupid. He's stupid. He's like, "Oh, I didn't get nominated. Awesome. I'm so excited." And I'm like, "You have no idea what a backdoor is.
Yeah.
You don't have a clue." He was just so stupid. So I also I can't. Angela's reality TV gold. Okay, I want her to stay around just because of the entertainment value that she adds and the chaos that she adds.
Yep.
The girl is unhinged. She doesn't have an off button. She is a gift to us. Keenan hates her. Keenan can't stand her. He's like, she's cringy. Get her out of my face.
I can see
I love it.
She's like a Karen.
She is a Karen.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, Angela is super crazy paranoid. So a bunch of people approach her for a alliance called the Collective. It is a real alliance.
Mm-hmm.
They leave the room after telling her that they want her in the alliance. She goes, great, bye. They leave. She goes, that's a fake fucking alliance. She has brought herself to so much paranoia in 12 hours that she is convinced that she's being set up and is being approached for a 9-person alliance as a cover for some unknown reason as you're sitting there as HOH. I mean, it made absolutely no logical sense because there is no logic in here. It's all paranoia. So it is 3:30 in the morning and she has lost her damn mind. She is talking to herself in the pitch dark of the HOH room. She is laying in bed at 3:30 in the morning going off. Now, what she is doing at 3:30 in the morning is practicing what she's going to do when she descends the stairs the very next morning. She is at 3:30 in the morning
Just
practicing what she's going to do. I do also want to say that Matt did threaten her. However, I did not find it aggressive. I didn't find it aggressive one bit. I don't know where she got the aggressive from. I felt like he did threaten her, but not in an aggressive way. I just need to say that for Matt. I don't even like the guy, but I just need to say that for him because he cried about his mom after.
Yeah. I think Angela was like, oh, I'm going to be cut off from society for 90 days. I'm not taking my meds into the house.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
And she's like withdrawing at 3:30 in the morning.
Yes.
So Girly Pop comes down the steps clapping, and Tucker is my favorite person in this moment because he starts clapping with her. He goes over to like his interview and he's like, we're clapping, I think we're gonna have a party, let's celebrate. And then she's like, she starts her fucking shit and he goes, I read that wrong.
That was so funny.
This fight was gold. My personal favorite. I want to have fun with all of you except for you. Don't talk to me.
Crazy eyes.
Don't talk to me, crazy eyes. She kept calling Matt crazy eyes. So yeah, that's what else she kept saying. She said, except for you, don't talk to me. MJ, you can do better than him.
And MJ's like, what the fuck?
And she goes, oh, we all know.
Been 2 days.
I know.
This fight is also happening at 9:00 in the morning. This is 9 a.m. It might even be 8 a.m. Like they get woken up at like 8 or 9 a.m. every morning. So this is like fresh right up in the morning. Okay. Everybody's still drinking their fucking coffee. Okay. Not her. She's been sipping on crazy. And so I have other quotes that she said during this fight. You can't be pretty on the outside and ugly on the in. Your words are shit, so put it back in your ass.
That was such a good line. I loved that one.
Your words are shit, so put it back in your ass. This is after the I want to have fun with all of you except for you. Don't talk to me. MJ, you can do better.
And he was stunned. He was just like, What?
He's like, I cannot believe people act like this. And I was like, in the Big Brother house, yes, they do, baby. He came in completely unprepared. So, the other funniest part is when it starts to go to commercial after it, Joseph says, I think that'll make the episode. Oh, God. Leah also said, all of a sudden it was like Mother turned into Mother Dearest.
Yes.
So then after this whole fight, Matt then becomes an emotional wreck. He's crying in the diary room. He's crying in the bathroom. He's such a dumb idiot. He doesn't know what he did in that room. He doesn't know why Angela doesn't like him. He doesn't even know really what Big Brother is or that he's playing a game at this point. He's very, very, very confused.
Yeah.
And so they play the veto. And man, none of these people can spell. I do want to say that the honey, I don't know if I've ever told you guys this story. They learned their lesson. So the honey had water in it, so it was easy to move in. The reason that they did that is because one time they had one of these competitions and the pool was caramel. And so the people couldn't get through it. It was very difficult to get through said caramel. Clothes were drawn off of them, pants were gone, because it literally became like gelatinous glue that kept sucking them back in. Okay? So, Tyler, you're already laughing. It gets better. It gets better.
I'm so excited.
So there's this 40-year-old sheriff. Her name is Sherry.
Sherry the sheriff?
Yep. And she gets into the caramel and she can't actually get out of the caramel. Brittany, who you guys met from Reindeer Games, is next to her, also pretty much stuck. However, she is just that little bit much better than her. And so she's stuck in the caramel. And when I tell you stuck in the caramel, I mean everybody that's been there said, no, she was unmovable from the caramel. She was in there like a dead fish. Okay? So now, the episode is hilarious enough in and of itself, watching her stuck in the caramel. Well, years later, Brittany gets on and does an interview. Or a cameo or something. And she's explaining the situation of what actually happened. And she goes, guys, I have to tell you, it was so much funnier than what you saw on the show. Okay? And it's because of what happened after. So she goes, like 4 guys come over and get her unstuck from this caramel, right? Like they pull her out of the caramel and they put her on the turf. And then everybody goes inside because everybody's covered in caramel. So they're gonna go and shower. So everybody's inside cleaning off, whatever. About 15 minutes later, they get a overcam thing that said, "Can you guys go back out to the backyard and get Sherry?"
Was it
She has adhered herself to the turf. The caramel has become glue on her body, and she is glued to the turf of the backyard. The boys have to go out and unstick her from the turf. So she actually got stuck twice.
Was it season 12?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It's Kathy then, not Sherry.
Yep, Kathy.
Look at her.
I only know that because the title says Kathy gets stuck in caramel.
That's it.
I'm kind of like watching it in the preview, and I can't wait to watch this with sound.
Oh, it's so funny. We have to find the Brittany cameo after so you can hear her explain the story after you watch her get stuck in the car. It is so fucking funny. So I love that I named her Sherry and her name is Kathy.
Sticking to your...
Stick with your bad names.
Yes.
And so anyway, so I just want to give a shout out to them learning from said incident and putting water in the honey.
Yeah, smart move.
So it was viscous. So it was still sticky, but they could get out.
I'm watching her right now without sound.
Oh, fantastic.
I'm so excited to watch it with sound later on.
Yeah. You guys have to watch it with sound because you hear everybody's commentary and it's so funny because Matt's going, "You're a sheriff." I don't understand. I thought they had to be fit. It's so funny. Okay, so basically nobody can spell a word.
Yeah.
Joseph spells spin, which ends up not being right because the N was a Z. Angela couldn't finish because she kept getting stuck like Kathy did. In viscous. Lisa comes out with a 9-letter word. And as soon as she comes out with a 9-letter word, I said, Brooklyn did not make a 9-letter word. I'm sorry,
No.
girl, but there's no way he made a 9-letter word.
I can't believe Lisa even made a 9-letter word.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And it was like a big 9-letter word. I forget what it was, but I was like, oh, okay. It was a big word. So Lisa wins veto, and Matt ends up being the replacement because that's what a backdoor is that he doesn't know. So I would like to say that on Thursday's eviction episode, at least he was campaigning. What dress was Julie in where she had that fugly red thing? Was that during premiere night? That fugly red dress.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
Julie was in a really fugly red dress one of these days, and it was super fug. It was, I would never be caught dead in that. I can't believe she wore it. Anyway, I hate her.
Yeah,
I hate her
try not to
guts.
pay attention to her.
I hate her guts. I'm not going to get into why I hate her in this episode.
It's been said.
It's been said.
Yes.
Many times over.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait until I can't wait until that picks up steam and people recollect what's going on and I never have to see her again. I can't. Anyway, so if you don't know, just look up her husband, Les Moonves.
Yeah, that's really all you need to see.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I would like to say thank you, Matt, for actually campaigning because he was campaigning to get votes. He was actually trying. So he doesn't know what's going on, but thank you. I'm so happy that we're not getting a Matt and MJ fucking showmance all season. I could not watch them all season. It was like Matt and Riley 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
And she was crying already. I'm like, it's been a week.
Oh my God. Who said it? I think it was Quinn. He was like, it's been a week.
Yeah.
So it was horrible. Kenny was like, oh, I'm going to throw it so Matt can stay. I'm like
Kenny,
you know what I'm
shut up.
Yeah. Fucking cop.
So
I know,
the
that's
AI
exactly
arena,
what I thought.
So the AI arena starts. And it's basically the 3 nominees battle each other to see who wins. I have to give it up to Big Brother this season. All of these competitions are equalizers. Anybody can win any of these competitions, and I really love that. Because for a very long time, we got away from this, and that is what makes the show good. That anybody can win. You can be Angela and you can win. It's not these strong people running the house in a majority alliance consistently. We can get somebody else and shake things up. I also love that they do the competitions where they're pointing fingers at each other. Love that. I love when you have to point fingers at each other and call people out. It makes it fun. It makes the game exciting. It puts people's cards out on the table and it gives it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But where was this when you had a deaf guy in the house?
Yeah. Yes.
That's the real question.
Remember when we made him do that music competition? Yes, I do. I'll never forget.
Where we stopped showing people's times because of it.
I bet times are going to come back this season.
If they do, it just proves it.
Yeah.
Because, he had to have been out there for 45 fucking minutes. You're telling a deaf guy to listen to music.
Yeah.
They said it was a long time.
Yep.
So anyway, Kimmo ends up winning
Yeah.
the AI arena, which was honestly my favorite scenario and probably the best scenario that could have happened.
Mhm.
And so basically, they all should have gotten rid of Matt because Matt is like the jock stereotype, and like you have him on the block, and Kenny's a non-factor.
Yeah.
Like, you need to get rid of Matt. And so everybody in this house is actually intelligent, and they got rid of Matt.
Mhm.
Um,
Good.
I do also want to say that we didn't get a live HOH, but we did get a live competition, which I appreciated. We did get to see the AI arena, which was a live competition. So we are getting a live competition on the show, and so I'll take it.
Yeah.
When they were reading off the votes, I do also want to say that MJ whispering, oh my god, please, oh my god, please, was the most fucking annoying thing I've ever seen. And this is another reason I don't like her. Like, it's giving shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, you go to like breathe at me, MJ, and I'm like, shut the fuck up. She's like, and I'm like, shut up.
Even
Whatever
before-
comes out of your mouth, I don't want to hear.
Even before you speak, just no.
Shh. Yeah. Yeah, I can't. Oh, it was so annoying. So, anyway, they all come back in, and he was like, oh, are we voting now? Like, am I allowed to talk to people? Am I allowed to campaign? And Julie goes and says, oh, you guys can, like, pull each other into rooms. And they said, fuck that. And they just start talking. This is actually the day that we thought that she had that denim jumpsuit on.
Ugh, that ugly thing.
Yes, this is the denim jumpsuit day. It actually wasn't a jumpsuit, it was a two-piece. The top was a corset, and those were, like, weird pants.
Those are pants?
Those were pants and a corset top. I saw when she was reading the votes or, like, talking to them with the votes, she turned to the side, and I saw it, and I was like, oh my god, those are two pieces.
Ugh.
Anyway, I do also want to say thank you for the vote not being a unanimous, and we had an 8-3 vote.
Yeah.
Sure, it wasn't like, it was a big dog pile on one, but at least it was like a split vote. Like, we got something. Like, I appreciated that. Thank you so much for not voting together. Which it didn't, because Leah's an idiot, and like they felt bad for MJ, and I don't even know who the third vote was. Lisa. They don't even like Lisa.
Yeah.
They don't even like Lisa anyway. So then we get over into Sunday, and so I'm watching the HOH, right? And it's like questions. And on the live feeds, Chelsea was saying to Angela, oh, Matt could have won that HOH. And I'm sitting here going, it's questions.
Yeah,
Okay.
like, what?
So they were answering questions about shit, that like videos that they see. And Chelsea is somehow winning. And she is the funniest person because she's winning. She's literally going, half of these things are guesses. I don't know why I'm here. Chelsea ends up winning HOH. I need to give a shout out to Tucker, because Tucker is literally Zach Rance in a different font. He is a hater until the day he dies, and in the best way possible. Like, it is so fucking funny. When he was sitting there talking about Lisa cooking, he hates Lisa. He can't stand Lisa. She did something, and he yelled about it for like 12 hours. He was that mad. It was awesome. So he was in this episode being like, she cooked those shrimp, and then those people ate them like 3 days later. Like, what is that?
I haven't liked him like this whole like show so far, but that was funny. Like, just
yeah,
that whole like little bitch fest that he had was just amazing.
That's what he does. Like, Lisa does stuff, and he hates her so much that he like all of a sudden he like goes on about it for like 12 hours to anybody who will listen. Like,
think it's
it's
so
Zach
funny.
Rance in a different font.
Yeah.
Like, it's so great. If you don't know who Zach Rance is, I'm so sorry, but you need to go and find out who Zach Rance is. He was, man, just look for a montage of Zach Rance and tell me it's not Tucker. So Cam, Cedric, and Chelsea are basically like the three. And I love Cam. I actually love Cam.
Mhm.
He's just, I don't know. He feels like a physical threat that like nobody is looking at like a physical threat, and he's like, cool. And he's just like blending it. I love him. I love Chelsea, and I also love Cedric.
I love Cedric.
I thought he was going to be a 21-year-old douchebag. And like as like time's been going on and he's like calmed down, I love him. So the three of them are basically like in a three. Takor is like kind of on the like outskirts of them, but she's closer with Joseph.
Mhm.
And so they decide that they need to like bring people into their three. So they decide Quinn, which I think is a great option
Mhm.
because he knows what's going on more than them, and that's a good ally to have.
Mhm.
Like within like the game of Big Brother, like he knows the game of Big Brother, you know. And then Brooklyn, and I wish that Brooklyn was Joseph just because I like Joseph, but it also makes sense why they picked Brooklyn because honestly, they can all beat Brooklyn. And what I loved about Brooklyn, which I wasn't expecting because she's friends with Aaron, was that she was like, I'm number 5 and I know it. And I was like, well,
At least you're aware.
oh my God, the other thing. Oh my God. Okay, so MJ annoys the shit out of me.
Mhm.
The MJ and Tucker sunscreen incident is what he went on about for like 12 hours. That shit pissed him off. So, what happened? And I'm so happy that they showed it in the show because it was so funny. So she was like, "Will you put sunscreen on my back?" And he's like, "Yeah, will you get mine too?" And she was like, "Okay." So he puts sunscreen on her back. And he goes to pick it up to give it to her, and she just walks away and gets in the pool. And he's just standing there looking at her like, like and when I didn't think I don't know if she was like, "Oh, he's trying to flirt with me." I didn't take it like that at all. I took it as, "Will you please put sunscreen on my back?
Mhm.
I'm putting sunscreen on your back. Will you please do this favor in return?" And that's
Mhm.
literally how I took it. So I don't know if she's like one of those girls that's like, "He was flirting with me." But like that's not what was happening. And
Yeah.
the face that he made after when he walked away just proved it because he's like, "What the fuck?" I thought it was so funny. And he went on about it. Like he was so pissed. Um, um so then MJ ends up spilling her guts to Chelsea, and Chelsea gave up no information to get her to say,
Yeah.
like, "Oh, this is what my power is." Which her
Mhm.
power is bullshit, by the way. Her power is I get to take a person off the block and then America gets to put somebody up. And I promise, no matter what it is, it doesn't matter who's HOH, it doesn't matter. What the internet is going to do is troll that. Meaning, if they're going to put her ally up, or like if they don't like the HOH, they're going to put like an HOH ally up there. But whatever the trolliest thing that they can do is what they're going to do. So her power is basically bullshit because I know how the internet is.
I also can't wait to see like how they're gonna do that. Like if they don't make like the results like public, like as you're voting for it and stuff like that, it's just gonna be whatever production wants to do.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
So that's usually what they do. They've done things like this before, and like they'll show like 50% of the votes, like 30% of the votes, like whatever. Like they've done that before. So we'll see. And so at the end of the episode, Chelsea ends up nominating Kenny, Angela, and Lisa, even though she got all this information about MJ's power. She's like, I mean, she spilled her guts. She gave all of that, and Chelsea did nothing. Chelsea gave her no information and just said, like, and she just outpoured it. And she was like, okay. Didn't even make a deal with you either.
Thanks. Later.
Like not a real deal, at least, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she ends up nominating Kenny, Lisa, and Angela. Kenny, because this is Tuesday, so veto was played yesterday and like veto meeting happened and everything. So Kenny took himself off the block and they nominated Tucker, but that's because Tucker offered to be a pawn for Chelsea because he loves Chelsea.
Mm-hmm.
He's obsessed with Chelsea.
Oh.
He's also kind of in love with Leah, but he's like obsessed with Chelsea, and I think he knows that Chelsea's never going to give him the time of day.
I was just reading the spoil or the feeds, and it said that he doesn't like Leah, that he's actually annoyed with her, and he's actually kind of into Rubina, or that she's his type. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see much of Rubina. I actually like her.
I do too.
We don't see anything from her.
Yeah, I couldn't even tell you what she looks like, to be honest.
She's cute.
Is she Asian?
Yeah, she's Filipino.
Oh, okay.
She's Filipino.
Okay, gotcha.
That's what's going on in Big Brother right now. Thursday's the live eviction. Out of all of them, I think it's hard to say who's going to go home because you have the AI arena, which is like a complete wild card.
Mm-hmm.
So you can be like, oh, they're going to vote out Lisa, but if Lisa wins, they're going to vote out Angela. If Tucker wins, then they're going to decide between Angela and Lisa.
I think no matter how it goes, even if Tucker doesn't win,
one of the girls is going.
Yeah, it's going to be between Lisa or Angela. And both are so
annoying.
Because
Angela's too volatile to work with. And Lisa's annoying you. Which is the thing I love about Big Brother. Like, what they explain is, like, these people have to live with these other people. And if you are an absolute fucking nightmare, they're going to get rid of you because nobody wants to hang out with you for 90 fucking days.
Yeah. I was going to say, like, if it was my choice, like, it's Lisa. Like, she's going. Like, I'm sick of the glitter and all that shit.
Yeah.
And I don't have to put up with it 24 hours a day like they do. So.
Oh, my God. Imagine. Don't put shit on my pillow.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, who are you?
It's so rude. Like, I think that's what it is. It's just so rude.
Invasive.
Like,
you and she's putting glitter in everybody's fucking food and shit. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
Tucker saying, I don't want any more plastics in my body.
Yeah, it's just like, you already have, like, no privacy as it is, and you're taking away, like, what little, like, feeling of privacy you have.
Right, which is like your bed, your safe space.
Yeah.
So yeah, the thing that they do, I don't know if I ever told you guys this, the thing that they do in Big Brother is you're not allowed to actually like lay in bed. So like if you're not feeling well, you can request a nap, and like they usually give people naps and everybody can go to like nap and stuff, but like people have to be awake and people have to be doing things most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like you actually aren't allowed to just lay in bed and rot.
Didn't what's his name get in trouble last season because of it?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Cerie's son.
Oh,
I can't remember his
Josh.
Jared.
Or Jared.
Jared. There you go.
That's definitely the real name. I know I'm bad with names, but that's definitely
No, yeah, that one is right. She got it right this time.
I knew it was a J name.
Yeah, so I think that's everything. I think that's it.
Yeah.
We might hard eject on Bachelorette.
Yeah, I am. Y'all can keep going if y'all want. I'm done with it.
I'm
I'll
gonna
try
keep
one
going.
more season. Yeah, or I'll try one more episode to see how it goes. Maybe me and Laura can talk about it next week.
Yeah. Tyler can get a recap.
Yeah, I'll send you a recap.
Or if
Bachelor Fan Take has good recaps. Do you guys know the recap that you guys sent? Do we even know who it was?
No, but he liked it.
Yeah, I mean, there was no like video to it or anything. It was just like screenshots from the episode.
That's how Bachelor Fan Take is too.
Gotcha.
I found the shortest one I could find because I knew Tyler didn't care.
Yeah.
Fucking ads. Hold on.
Bachelor Fan Take is usually a good one. He usually is pretty in depth. He's a little bit probably longer.
This is Manny's TV Talk on YouTube.
All right, Manny.
All right, Manny. Thank you so much for your contribution.
Yes. Thank you for saving almost 2 hours of my life today.
Yeah. Thank you for contributing to the podcast. We appreciate you. You don't even know we exist.
Yep. But you do now.
Yeah. Sort of.
When I tag him and shit, he'll know.
That's true. All right. So I think that's everything, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for joining us. If you made it this far, don't forget, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook at Hot Garbage Pod. We also put all of our videos up on YouTube at Hot Garbage Pod as well. You can listen to us on all platforms as well, if you guys don't know that. Pretty sure you guys find us on a platform, but if you don't, you can.
Pretty sure you find us on a platform.
All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And as always, stay trashy.